Hello there, everybody. Whoops. Whoops. Sorry about that. Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily Reiki micro session. This is a micro session because it only lasts 5 minutes, where a regular Reiki session would last an hour with me. And so a micro session is just a tiny little taste of Reiki and what it might be able to do for you. So, what is Reiki good for actually? Reiki is good to help with, most people know of it for medical situations, medical healing. It's also good for increasing finances. It's good for bringing in manifestations. It is good for improving relationships. It's good for relieving anxiety. There's lots and lots and lots of things that we can use Reiki for with great results. So, whatever you would like this Reiki to go for you tonight, feel free to go ahead and set your intention for that. For those of you who don't really know where to even start or what to use your Reiki for, I am setting the intention for the rest of you for whatever is for your highest and best good, and let the Reiki sort it all out. When I first got started doing Reiki for myself, I had no idea where to start. I was overwhelmed with all the things I could use it for and that I needed it for. So I just turned it loose. I said, whatever's for my highest and best good. That's what I'm doing for you guys here tonight. And then after we do 5 minutes of Reiki, we'll do 5 minutes of questions where you guys get to ask whatever's on your heart or on your mind. I'll use one of my decks of tarot cards and my psychic insights to see what is the best possible answer for you. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the Reiki first off. All right, so we're starting Reiki at 26 after the hour. That means we're going to finish up at 31 after the hour. Hello there, Bonnie. Hello there, Diane. Welcome back to both of you. Appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for the thumbs ups. Whoever did the thumbs ups already, that's wonderful. I appreciate that as well. Does anybody have any questions about Reiki tonight? Questions about Reiki? Happy to answer questions about Reiki while we're doing Reiki. I love it. The peace sign, man. Peace, man. Everybody's being awful quiet. Is this Reiki relaxing y'all to the point that you're about to fall asleep? I'm already almost there anyway, so I can't tell if the Reiki's doing that to me or not. We have 3 more minutes left. It can help with getting rid of resentment. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And welcome back. Glad to see you here again, my dear. You're quite welcome. When is your doctor's appointment? Has that happened yet? Was that today? Oh, gotcha. So are you starting to feel better yet? Good. I'm glad to hear that. So do you have results back yet? Or do you get them later? Yeah, now you're recovering from having all that junk in you and from the results of the sickness. I get it. May 5th. Keep me updated. Okay, so somebody is in here receiving Reiki either now or later on when they're watching the video, but I just have to talk about this because this is a little bit unusual. It feels like there's something physically going on that is, uh, well, I'm feeling physically somebody's feet, but I think this is separate. I think there's something physically that's going on with um, somebody that is near you, like a little pet or something. So I'm feeling some energy from some being that is near you. So I don't know if you're sitting down and your feet are on the floor and they're right next to a little baby or some type of animal that is hurting. If there's somebody that there is someone right near your feet that is also receiving Reiki big time for some type of physical issue, like a literal physical issue, not for an emotional issue or a spiritual issue. You're thinking they're going to have to adjust the cancer treatment. Here's my thing whenever it comes to cancer, and this is maybe I'm a little off, but my thing when it comes to cancer is as long as the doctors have a plan, I always take that as a good sign. It's when the doctors come to you and they say, well, we don't have any plan. That's when you know you're in trouble. That's when you got to double down on the Reiki. Which, by the way, speaking of Reiki, I saw your comment about my face the other day. Thank you. We were talking about something else that just, I was on a soapbox, but thank you on that. I actually only remember to do Reiki the one time for like about 2 minutes. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up. And now let's move on to questions. I'm going to set my timer. You guys go ahead and throw the questions into the chat, and we'll see what I can answer in 5 minutes. You guys have been asking some really good questions lately, too. Being in great spirits helps a lot. The mind is very powerful. Our thoughts are very powerful. And our attitude is the most incredible thing. That's something that I've noticed about you being in the room. Like for the longest time, I had no idea you were even dealing with this. But even since I've known you were dealing with this, like you just really do have a fantastic attitude every day. I have a contest coming up in May, by the way, Bonnie. I was just thinking, you're going to fit really well into this contest. I think you're going to enjoy it a lot. You'll be entered a zillion and one times probably. I bet you. I'm going to announce the details after I've decided what the prize is. By the way, for any of you who are in the Denver area, you can come out and see me on Mondays, starting this next Monday, the 3rd of May, at For Heaven's Sake, down on 44th. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't think anybody would ever think that. It's because you're busy clearing it out. Okay, well, so far we don't have any questions, but we did have some cards that fell. So we're just going to take them as cards for the room and see who they resonate with. Maybe they'll resonate with everybody. So the first card that came out is my King of Wands in reverse, which is my adder in this deck. By the way, I am using my, what is the name of this tarot? Well, this is what the back looks like. I call her Green Tree. Tarot of, not the Green Forest. Tarot of the Wild Forest? I don't know. Where are my books? Now I'm all stumped on that. Wildwood Tarot. That's what this is, the tarot. Gotta watch me. Hello there, Nectar. Thank you. Thank you, honey. Somebody's got my back. All right, so we start off with the adder in reverse and the Wildwood Tarot. Adder in reverse. That's pretty bad because this is the tarot that I learned on. This is like the 3rd deck. I had to retire 2 decks of this already. Followed by the Stoat. Get out of the glare. Followed by the 6 of Bows, or otherwise labeled as Abundance in this deck. Okay, so what I'm picking up for a message for the room here today, for me, the King of Bows, when he comes up in reverse in this particular deck, talks about somebody that's been trying to usurp our power, somebody who's been basically trying to make the decisions we should be making, or steer or guide situations that we should be in control of steering or guiding, that it's actually in our territory. And so this is somebody who has been trying to sort of step into our territory and steer things, guide things, take over, be the boss, be in charge when it's not really theirs to be the boss of or to be in charge, okay? And so when this card comes up in reverse, here's this bossy person has tried to do that for the last time. They have tried to step into our territory for the last time. And I'm not sure if what I'm talking to us about is in the past or in the present or in the future. Excuse me, this is just the cards that came out, whatever Spirit wanted, so I didn't put context on them. They're just what Spirit wants to talk about. So anyway, this is somebody who they step into our territory to make our decision for us for the last time because we put our foot down. We just put a stop to it. We say, you know what, thank you, I'll be making that decision. All right, so that's what we have coming up here. Now, this person, when they were stepping into our territory, what they were doing was they were impacting how we felt about ourselves, our self-esteem. We were letting them, okay? We were letting them step into our territory and make decisions for us because our self-esteem wasn't where we needed it to be. And so we were just letting them kind of rule. Well, with them doing this for the last time, what's happening now that they've done that for the last time, and they've done that for the last time because we put our foot down. Somebody actually also may have come to our aid on this, but that's not always the case. Sometimes it's just us. So now that we've put our foot down and this person isn't making the decisions that they wanted to make for us anymore, we are making our decisions. And with the decisions that we're making with this card right here, we're following our happiness and we're getting our self esteem back. We're starting to appreciate us more. And we're doing those things that make us feel happy and satisfied and fulfilled now, where before this person was making decisions that weren't allowing us to follow our happiness or make us feel satisfied or fulfilled. And being able to follow our happiness, feel satisfied or fulfilled, leads us to this next card, which is the Six of Wands, or my abundance card in this particular deck. Now, normally a Six of Wands would be a victory deck a victory card where other people are expressing their appreciation for you. In this deck, it has a different meaning, or at least it does to me. So for me, this Six of Wands talks about abundance. It's literally labeled as abundance. It talks about having plenty, having everything that you need to do the things that you want to do and the things that you need to do. So basically, what this is saying is that by putting a stop to somebody else making our decisions for us, allowing us ourselves to grow in our own self esteem so that we can make our own decisions and make those decisions that lean towards our happiness, our satisfaction, our fulfillment, leads us to the situation where we have abundance of good things. Whoop, whoop. All right. And what happens when we have abundance of good things, guys? We get to share them. An abundance is an overflow. It's not just enough, it's not just plenty, it's an abundance. When we have an abundance, that means we have plenty to share as well as to use. Let's see, Bonnie, you had this typed in before the timer went off, so I'm going to answer you. But I think we need to do a time frame on this. Are you going to have a granddaughter by the time you turn 82? Are you going to have a granddaughter in the next few weeks? What kind of time frame should we put on this? I know I'm receiving it. I know there's a certain amount of time delay, so I want to wait and see what Bonnie has to say about a time frame on the granddaughter. La da da da. La da 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 da. Oh, Bonnie. I like the name Bonnie Snow. I think Bonnie means beautiful, and snow is that beautiful white stuff. So it's basically beautiful snow. It reminds me of a lady I used to know a long time ago. I used to tell people she would talk to me just like Jesus would talk to me. Like she was just the most supportive, encouraging woman. And if she found something that I was doing that she didn't really like, she really wouldn't say anything until I would change course. And then she would say, "Oh, honey, I'm so happy you did that. I just prayed and prayed and prayed." All right. Well, that's what I wanted to know. Like, are we talking about a particular pregnancy or are we talking about, are you ever going to have a granddaughter? So 7 months is good. Is Bonnie going to have a granddaughter within the next 7 months from today? Hey, let's make it 8 months just in case. Within the next 8 months from today. How did you find out? La, da, da, da. Remind me of your sign, Bonnie. Part of me wants to say you're a Pisces, and then part of me thinks you're an Earth sign. Oh, her ex told you. Okay. What sign are you? Are you a water sign? You're a Cappy. All right. 7 months from now, what's today? March, April. So we're in the 4th month plus 7. That would be freaking November. Okay. November would make her a Scorpio if she's born before like the 21st or 22nd. Hey, Socialista. Okay, so yeah, you are. I'm just wondering what sign I'm looking at there. So I think I'm looking at the baby sign. So here's the thing. I do think the girl's going to be a baby. I do think the baby's going to be a girl, is what I'm trying to say. I think there's going to be complications in this pregnancy, is what I'm looking at on the table here. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a Cappy. We definitely have a water sign showing up. So this would be a Scorpio. Scorpio baby. I think that this pregnancy is going to have some trouble. And I think that the mom is going to have to do some more stuff than the average mom would have to do to make sure that this baby comes out fine. And I think there's going to be a lot of fear around this pregnancy and around how the baby will come out. But I do think the baby's going to come out fine because I've got my 3 of Hearts in reverse, which talks about healing of a broken heart. So I think that all those fears are going to be, they're not going to be fulfilled. Okay. So this baby's going to turn out just fine in spite of things that the doctors may be saying or worries that people may be having. I do think that the pregnancy is not going to be a natural birth. I do think that there's going to be a male doctor who does a cesarean on her for the birth to happen in a good way. So the short answer is yes, you're going to have a granddaughter within 8 months. The heads up is that this is not going to be an easy pregnancy for the mommy. But I think that everything is going to turn out fine in the end. Okay? You just never know what you're going to get when you ask a simple little question. A simple little yes and no question. Okay, guys. I think that wraps it up for me. Thank you all for being here, for spending some of your precious time with me. I do appreciate that so much. Thank you also for the thumbs ups and for the shares on this video, getting the word out that I'm out here, that I'm doing this thing. It is because of all of you guys' support that I'm able to do what I love to do for my living. And I forgot to say super chats are never required, but always appreciated. Thank you for those of you who are doing super chats when you get the chance. And thank you also to those of you ordering private readings and private Reiki sessions. It is because of all of you guys that I get to do what I love to do for my living. So thank you very, very, very much. And thank you, Bonnie, for the comment on the delivery. I appreciate that. Everybody have a fantastic night. I'll see you back on the next video. Peace out.